for the month of April. I just felt like doing it today, so that's what I've got out here. Sorry, I have pulled quite a few cards here, so I'm just going to go through it generally and then give you a more specific sort of uh, read throughout the rest of the cards. But ultimately, the big cards out here were the Tower, and we also have the Strength card. So there is something coming in for April that may be a bit shocking or upsetting. This is actually just a clarifier. I just was a little bit low on room. We also have the Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, as well as the Eight of Wands. So there's a lot of inspiration. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of strong conviction coming through this month. The clarifiers, of course, are the below Six of Wands. Again, I further clarified that just to get an idea of what the actual victory was around. And we also have under the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Wands, Four of Swords, under the Six of Pentacles. And again, the Tower, these are all the clarifiers. So it came out in this particular order. So Queen of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Star, and then the Ten of Cups. And of course, I did pull quite a few here as well, like I said, because that one can be a little bit alarming, but there is a Justice card underneath there as well. So overall, things are still looking quite positive, although some of you may have gone through this Tower. Timelines will differ for everybody. All Libras are not making the same decisions in the same day, but again, this is all just about the energy, so it's not predictions, it's all malleable, things that you can change and just work with for this month. But overall, the main cards out were Strength, Tower, and again, following that, there's the Six of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Eight of Wands. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so I'll just take you through sort of the general meanings of the cards. Of course, a lot of you may already know that, but overall, starting out with the Strength card, we're talking about your personal power. So this, as I mentioned, was an opportunity for personal growth this month, and I do feel like there's kind of an epiphany moment coming through here. This sort of doubles for me, though, with that Tower, but nonetheless, sorry guys, I think I've got a little bit of sinus stuff going on right now, but anyway, with the Strength card, again, this is about being calm, cool, collected, and yet standing up for yourself in the face of something that's going to feel like it uproots you in some way. And again, any kind of Strength card is an indication that there is some kind of challenge up ahead here that you'll have to power through. This is something that you really do have the strength to face, because the Strength card, again, in itself, I strongly see Leo here that's present. So whether this is a Leo, overlooking you, watching over you, or somehow influencing you, or if you are in a close connection with a Leo, something like that seems to be relevant here. But it is sort of a gentle strength here with the normally with the Strength card, but because I see it here coupled with so many other cards of resilience, it is still quiet strength, but it's almost like your character is kind of being tested here in this month. There's some kind of strong determination that's going to have to pull you through whatever this scenario is for this month, and whether that's you exercising some self-control or restraint in a situation, that could be a part of this scenario. But either way, I do see elements of connecting with other people to sort of move something ahead. And that possibly might be that you're having to speak with somebody, a confidant, or, a professional or something. Sorry on the noise there, guys. That may be of assistance. But either way, the clarifiers beneath the Strength card is the Page of Pentacles. So this is a card of manifesting something. So you are required to have perseverance and strength to bring this about. There is some kind of a growth with the Six of Cups, or sorry, Six of Swords that's coming through. But this is somebody who's quite talented, but has not really fully lived out the dream or fully fleshed out the talent, that kind of thing. So this is you needing to stay focused and grounded, and move in this new direction, because there is some kind of internal energy that you are relying upon and able to move this forward. There is a lot of cards here as well about using, external energy here as well, but it starts internally for you this month to be able to pull this off, to draw out that external energy. So right now there is courage, control, compassion, that kind of thing. And strength and endurance is your main card out here that's required. And this is you being able to internally draw on that strength to externally make something manifest that's a very grounded um, talent or something that you're trying to move ahead here. So you are controlling your any impulsive actions, that kind of thing, and really using your determination, as I said, and relying on that inner fortitude to move you forward. The card with the mountains in the back there with the strength card, of course, is all about overcoming obstacles, but I feel like you're a little bit disconnected emotionally at this time, or at least giving distance to some of the obstacles or some of the emotion that is helping you to sort of clear the path and stay focused. We also have the cards below with the Seven of Wands. So I feel like you are aware that there is a choice up ahead here. It's not that you're in that full energy, but you are sensing that that is going to require some kind of a decision for you that is going to be kind of a tough choice because of the cards, the surrounding cards here for me. But if you put yourself in the position to, defend yourself or to go forward in a situation, as I said, I feel like you have all of the attributes, to be able to make it through this tough time or whatever this message is that's going to be further out, because right now you're in the start of that energy, but further out here again it is going to require some tough decisions. And I feel like you're not going to compromise yourself, given the Seven of Wands here, because if you settle, of course, then that sort of throws you back. But if you stay true to your belief systems, that kind of thing, you're going to be able to see that there is something up ahead that is in line with the things that you're desiring at this time. So, again, there is a sense that it is going to be something that will be conflictual here. There's going to be some kind of or you will also be feeling that there's people against you, or that you don't feel like you have the support that you need. But either way, I feel like you have you have that energy, you have that strength to be able to go forward here and not compromise yourself. As I said, at this time, don't settle, because if you're putting yourself out there, and there's a decision that and if there's a decision that's going to come between you and your dream, I think that you are more inclined at this time to obviously go in line with putting yourself first, in this period. Again, it's just the beginning of the energy here, so I feel like this will play out further. But we also have the Queen of Wands, and of course, this is again Leo energy, but it also indicates that there is some kind of dynamic, energetic, movement that's required here. This is somebody who's a strong female, male character. Doesn't have to be any specific gender, but it certainly does stand toward somebody who has, um, you know, fiery kind of energy about them, somebody who's very passionate, and lots of that in this reading as well. Lots of passion, lots of fire, can be prone to argument, that kind of thing, but certainly does indicate that there is a really strong focus on overcoming an obstacle for sure. So again, with the Tower and that Strength card so close, I feel like you know you are going to allow the issue to kind of settle down here. I don't feel like you are strongly at the internal energy is more about pushing yourself through. I feel like this is not a Tower moment where you are going to push through with some kind of argument, which even though there is, you may be prone to argument, I don't feel like that's what's happening in this scenario here, because the Tower is in line with so many other cards of healing and really doing the internal work to pull through, and it is requiring sort of third party intervention of some sort with the Three of Pentacles. So, and able to kind of rise above the situation. There is some other incoming source. This could be another individual that is you're very close to here with the Queen of Cups. It could also represent that there is, perhaps you're going to a professional to discuss, a situation that's clearly upsetting you, but that it seems to be around a family scenario. The other part of that is because this is all ending on a very positive note, and because the tower seems to be so much in line with the positive, especially with the hermit, it almost looks like you've been working on this tower. For some of you, this may be a tower that's already happened. And as I say, you're just kind of working through that energy because there's a lot of cards still of healing here. And again, trying to upscale something of a project as well, I would say. And it's almost like there had to be an epiphany moment or some kind of, spark or realization to be able to advance this. And that's what I feel is happening there because there is strong intuition that's coming in here with the Queen of Cups. And as well, the Three of Pentacles is kind of moving something into that space of advancement. And of course, the fact that it's coupled by the Ten of Cups, I mean, there's a strong indicator here that whatever that tower moment was, some of you may be already moving through that energy and it's already moving into this positive space. But the cards are so incredibly hopeful and positive that it feels like the energy is already transforming. So again, Ten of Cups, ultimate happiness. We also have a conclusive energy here with the World. This is a finish up cycle. You're not quite in the throes of all of this yet, but it is moving in that direction because right now you're still dealing with that residual of the Tower moment, still processing things, still healing things, still trying to work on upscaling and getting clear on what's happening here with that Ace of Swords. And then, of course, there's the Sun energy. So this could potentially have been with a child or some younger person. This could also indicate that there is, hope at the end of that. At the end of the rainbow, but there is definitely justice in the situation. So there is a sense of balance and fairness overall. That is the outcome for that tower moment. Again, all of this energy is sort of further out, so a lot of you may still be just processing that tower moment that's already previously happened, or some of you may be just going through it. But either way, it is ending on a positive note. It is not something that is going to be scarring forever. It feels like this is a real epiphany. This is a real scenario where you've actually been able to process and integrate some of the lesson here. We also have that Six of Pentacles here as well. That's an indicator that because it's followed by the Four of Swords, I feel like you are pulled back and in a place of contemplation, still doing a lot of healing and isolating. Maybe isolating is too strong a word, but certainly, pulling back your energy from things or scenarios. But I also feel like you weren't maybe necessarily getting or had not previously gotten the support that you needed. And right now you're still in the space of, sort of healing that energy. But with the Queen of Wands, there is a spark here this month. It really does indicate to me that there is something up ahead here for you to consider. Queen of Wands is an energy of really, moving outside the box, getting something going. And again, there's a spark of a new idea and more inspiration and lots of it coming through in a very expedited way here with the Eight of Wands. And again, this is still further out, but there is going to be some kind of reward, some kind of attention, some kind of recognition. And it may be small, to some extent here, just given the other cards, but I still feel like there is recognition for something that you are creating, something that you are doing, something you're invested in. And with the Nine of Wands still further out, the Nine of Pentacles, I do feel like you're very guarded. But again, Nine of Pentacles, you are definitely in a place where you're going to be allowing, moving into this independent space. Again, the cards that you're mainly dealing with right now is that you've got a lot of incoming ideas and lots of inspiration, and you're really having to persevere through sort of a healing process this month. But again, further out, you're still in around the nines stages here. So this is energy that is further out that you'll be dealing with. So I don't feel like it's all taking place in April currently. As I said, you're very close to an end cycle. You're just not quite there. You're still processing for a lot of you. So again, just to kind of recap here, life is moving pretty fast here with the Eight of Wands. And I do feel like it's a really inspiring time. And it certainly speaks to you taking on your challenges one step at a time here. So we've got two sixes here. So you're getting through the process. You're creating balance for yourself. We've got two nines. Again, these are sort of further out cards, but you're still in the throes of dealing with some of that nine energy. But it's not fully revealing itself just yet. So to me, there's, two other nines, it would appear here, because we are dealing with the Nine of Wands. So that's, kind of weather beaten and feeling wary. And of course, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. So there's a sense of feeling alone still, but you're still moving to a level of independence. And it does feel like there is a lot of success that is coming with this. Um, Whatever it is that you're working on, not just success on an emotional level, because we do have the Ten of Cups here, but success in a very independent way that allows you to feel like you are making some kind of mark in the world, is what I would say. But anyway, as I said, you're taking on the challenges one step at a time here. And I do feel like that you are already sensing that there is a choice up ahead. It'll be a tough, decision to make. But I feel like you realize that these will allow you to put you in a better position overall. So clear message, don't compromise, don't settle. I feel like you're not really concerned with how other people are viewing you at this time. You're really in that space of, I am doing what I need to do for me. And again, you have a really strong sense of yourself as well. And, anyway, as I said, there is maybe some conflicting ideas up ahead that you'll be dealing with, but just again to kind of recap, and I also did some further clarifiers on the tower, which I'll get into, and I'll pull those forward here in just a minute. And I'll get into the other ones again that a little bit of the other clarifiers under the tower as well. So again, we're talking about, strength and having the fortitude to kind of, balance things out. You've got strength of character, you've got personal power, and you have the ability to complete something here because you have the perseverance, you have that inner self-control. You're able to, stop yourself from any impulsive actions at this time, and you're really able to advance. We also have the card of the Hermit. Granted, this is just a clarifier for the Tower, but the Hermit definitely speaks to, I feel almost purposeful time off is really what I see there with the Four of Swords, and certainly, the healing card of the Star. So I feel like whatever time off you're dealing with right now, it's allowing you just to kind of look inward and deal with um, the things that you need to reflect on interpersonally as well as personally. And I feel like this is about self-development for a good part of April, or there is a strong sense of self-development coming through here. And as I said, some kind of epiphany moment here, where I feel like you're spiritually being guided, and it's almost like it's just moved you to the next level here, whatever the information is that's coming through in the month of April. So follow those gut hunches, that kind of thing. Trust in yourself. Definitely speaks to enlightenment. Could be Virgo energy that's prevalent here too, but mostly Leo is coming through for me as the main card out. Again, you're just coming to terms with something here anyway, but with that Tower, as I said, I feel like you are in the space of changing your plans, or modifying the plans and really upgrading something. This is, dramatic change in a spiritual way, as I would say, just given a lot of that, but there is some grounded energy here as well. And again, it feels like whatever this revelation is, I feel like it's helping you to overcome an obstacle that you were currently faced with. So again, you're modifying the plan and removing those obstacles that were in your way, again with the Six of Swords, and making decisions with the Two of Swords. And it's taking some time because you are healing, and this is a spiritual path. So for sure, that is a little bit more time to get through all of that. And again, lots of nines here, further out, not in this current sort of area, but you're still working through a lot of that energy. Again, when I went through the Tower, as I said, I mean, that still speaks to, really, the Tower seems to be in around kind of a dynamic of three as well. Three is a creative energy here as well. So this could be a creative situation that you're finding you're having to, create some balance with or within. But that Strength card, again, Leo, very strong, as well as the Queen of Wands, and the Sun card did kind of show up here as well. But the Tower, as I said, in itself is something that is it's based in your wisdom. Like whatever this is, it's based around your wisdom and a skill set. This tower, and it certainly does speak to you getting some kind of revelation of sorts that's helping you to heal and to kind of move something into, I feel like, a North Star situation. Like this is your path. And again, when we've got the Ten of Cups there, I mean, it's something about you having to seize control of your destiny, carpe diem, as they say. So you're very passionate about whatever this is. Could be a situation, maybe it is a third party situation for some of you, but you're healing through that scenario. And certainly it is going to lead to a very happy state of mind further out. But right now, you're still kind of dealing with that residual energy. And as I said, I mean, it does feel like you are trusting your own abilities. I feel like you don't have to exercise control over others this month. It's really about exercising control over your own impulses, your own reactions. It's all about your power, your willpower, your determination, your self-control this month. And you're really determined to make something happen and bring about a resolve here. I do feel like you are, in terms of finances, just you're dealing with things, maybe getting a little bit of help throughout the month, which is just helping you to kind of, move something ahead as well in some small way. Doesn't feel like any big, significant way just yet. Again, further out, there is energy of stronger success, but you're just not in that energy quite yet. I do feel like it's a dramatic turn for the better here, and I do feel like this is energy about, like I said, having control over one's will, one's, vices, whatever those are for you. So you're in control of the scenarios here this month. Anyway, with the Hermit energy, as I said, I feel like you're kind of creating some distance, between you and others this month. You may not be fully within this energy yet, but as I say, I feel like there is some distance that is being which is helping you to kind of navigate or mediate through the situation. So, I mean, because there's a lot of swords here. So, and I feel like there is some distance emotionally for sure. And I feel like you need to do that. I think you need that distance right now to be able to um, soul search, I guess, is really what I want to say there, because it is learning through trial and error to a certain extent here with the Strength card and in around grounded financial aspects. But again, it's still a card of searching for truth, trying to find answers here with the Hermit card. And it's like epiphany moments. It's like some kind of strong awareness that comes through here. So, again, you're still in the cards of 9 over here. So you are tying up loose ends still. And it does seem to be around your energy, trying to find ways to keep your energy going here. And it certainly does speak to grounded energy. But again, kind of doing things in a very individual way, like individual as in individualistic, but also very unique in very unique ways. I feel like you're coming up with unique solutions to deal with your scenarios here, which are helping you to kind of refresh and refocus, that kind of thing. Um, so again, these ones are just the clarifiers out here, but I mean, it really still speaks to you advancing something this month. And I do feel like it's on an inspirational level. I do feel like you are freeing yourself in some way this month. You're starting to feel more freed up in the mind, especially. And I feel like this is, whatever that wake up call is with that tower moment, it really brought you to a place of, I don't want to say without problem, but certainly it really brought you to a place of enlightenment anyway. So something suddenly opened up for you that is allowing a little bit of that beauty, a little bit of that sense of peace, a little bit of that fresh start feeling coming through. Um, and again, that star card, it definitely speaks to, you reaching your highest potential. Again, it's a little further out energy, but you're tapping into it right now. So your guides are helping you with this destination for sure to upscale things, especially with this combination here. So again, I feel like you've got a lot of renewal. There's a lot of healing going on. A new cycle is going to be coming through here for you soon, because again, when we went through the cards over here, there was justice, but you also had the card of the World card, which is a successful end to a particular cycle. But you're still healing through a lot of that right now. The star, as I said, is that card of following your North Star, but there's also a sense of confidence that's really starting to come back here. And so if you were kind of wavering, I feel like you are back in a stronger position here. Things are about you believing in your goals here at this time in this month. And I feel like you really are starting to resolve some of your inner conflicts, like I said, and this is going to allow you to um, see the synchronicities up ahead. I don't feel like you're quite in that energy yet, but I feel like you have renewed commitment to your situation, is what I would say there. And again, some of the cards further out, like I said, are still in around, even the Four Swords, that's still a card of healing. So again, I feel like some of this introspection will be carrying on past April, because you're still releasing things here. So this is kind of quiet contemplation and taking the time to rest and recuperate, all of that. But it's also a period of inactivity. So in the month of April here, I feel like that's where you're at. You are going through some inactivity or some kind of period of taking a time away, a little bit of escape. I don't see escape as in, illusions and that kind of thing, but escape as in really working through things on a really deep level. And you're just detaching yourself from all drama, that kind of thing. So, I feel like with the Strength card, and again, further out with that Nine of Wands, I feel like you're really still exhausted here, especially when the Star card shows up here. And I feel like you're really devoting some time to you, is really what I would gather. Um, I feel like there is progress being made, lots of levels here. Again, you're still at the entryway with a lot of the skill set that you're developing. You are taking it to the next level, or at least you're in the energy of taking it to the next level. So something is moving it further ahead, still on a smaller scale though. And again, with the Six of Pentacles, there could be a sense of getting some help or wanting some help, but I feel like you're not quite getting what you would need entirely. So it might be a small token of some sort that's coming in here, but it's not really, gearing you up for, huge, receiving huge reward or gain or anything monetarily yet. Um, at least not in this latter part. There is some small amount of money that is helping you to advance something forward, but it's still just not quite in a space of success, whatever success means to you. But again, there's a lot of cards here of new beginnings, further out, Page of Pentacles. So you're still trying to push something ahead here. The three again, with the Three of Pentacles, especially when it's so close to the Tower, I mean, for sure something is growing. This could be refining your plans. This could be group activity of some sort here that is going to bring about some kind of level of achievement to your goals. But all of that seems to be in your favor. Queen of Wands energy, like I said, I mean, Ace of Wands is a new cycle of some sort, new idea, I would say, or a new option of some sort that's going to create potential for you, potential in not just an inspired sort of action, but also a grounded action. So something that is going to bring about money here further out. So again, when we've got Ace of Wands, I feel like you're in the throes of really pushing yourself something ahead. And again, because we had the Nine of Wands here, I feel like that courage, that persistent, that you're being tested, are you resilient enough to really get to this Nine of Pentacles, is kind of where you're at. It's almost like these are the last tests for you that you're in right now. And I feel like you can remain positive. There's just too many cards that don't speak to any indifference on that level. It's mostly about, kind of slow and steady wins the race, so to speak. I mean, it's like you're slowing down and then you push ahead feverishly, probably more toward the end of the month. And that's where you'll see a little bit of success, a little bit more courage or determination, and believing that you actually have the set of skills to advance something. So I don't feel like there's any real setbacks here. The Tower, I feel, was not really so much an obstacle, especially when it's surrounded by so many positive cards. I feel like for you, it's really a situation of maybe there was some kind of a miscommunication or whatever in a group situation. But again, whatever that is, it's healing. The energy is healing in that scenario. So again, I feel like there's still one last obstacle, one more, or at least a few more lessons or whatever, because you're in the last throes of that energy here with the 9 before you kind of complete the cycle into 10. And again, you're pretty close to the 10 of Cups here, and it is going to create some extreme happiness for you once you reach this, obviously. But you're still here still planning. You're still in a place of planning, pushing something ahead, still advancing it forward in some small way. Um, Again, there could be something. I don't feel stagnancy. I feel like this month is really you, especially toward the end of the month. This is where a lot of this energy is, where it really speeds up. So again, Queen of Wands is somebody who's quite a mature energy, but this is somebody who has no problem sort of taking, you know, creating a little bit of drama or moving something, through, how do I say, a very expressive person. So again, Queen of Wands can be, Leo again, Sagittarius and Aries is also present here, but very business oriented kind of energy, but definitely strongly wanting to move things ahead. The mature energy of the Queen definitely has learned some lessons here for sure. It can also be kind of nervous energy here as well, but I don't feel like it's nervous energy specifically just because of the other cards. I mean, it's almost like energy's building up, is what it is. It feels like she has that flair for things and certainly does have the ability to use her energy, in a very instrumental way. And I feel like you're kind of drawing on those reserves at the end of the month. So I feel like there is improvement. Again, your energy is still feeling a little bit worn down, but you do have, building up of energy is happening here toward the end of the month, which is going to help pull you through. So whether this is you drawing on your reserves or you just feeling a lot more sparked because of this new idea, that Ace of Wands is definitely about some kind of improvement. And again, there was some kind of spiritual message, for me, that's, seize the day, carpe diem. That's what I'm hearing. And I feel like you have to you're rushing forward now with this new information. And by the end of the month, you'll be able to start moving in that direction of creating the life that you desire for yourself. But again, follow the intuitive hunches here, because I feel like you're just devouring a lot of information and inspiration that's coming in here. Like it's so rapid, the information that's coming in. And again, for winter, it almost feels like winter was something where something may have started, or whatever that is. It's just popping into my head here, but also something in around June, July, August, September, or sorry, June, July, August, because that's a card of sort of summertime, or spring rather. Spring, summer is kind of what I'm feeling, overlapping here, but more spring. So birth of an idea. Like I said, you've got some kind of new creative project on the go here, and I feel like you are going to have a new chapter that's up ahead here, but you're still kind of riding the enthusiasm right now. Like you're in that energy of feeling renewed and spiritually kind of coming to life here at the end of the month. And I do feel like that is going to be the awakening here that's just started, is some kind of epiphany that's come in with the tower moment, some kind of realization about how to improve your lot in life, your conditions. You're spiritually, you're feeling a lot more reborn, I guess, in some way. Like I said, there's a sense of needing to seize your opportunity, follow your North Star. It feels like it's a path that is meant for you. But again, I feel like you're really in control of your impulses and all of that this month. Just to we're just going to wind it down here. We're almost done. And I did have a couple of other cards, like I said, that I'd pulled through. So I'll get to that as well. So the Eight of Wands is rapid information that's coming in here. And again, I feel like there's a lot of you wanting to rush into this new area. I do feel like it can be news or communication or something here as well, about a victory that is going to be coming forward for you in the month of April. So something that you have been pushing for, something is moving in that direction, but it's in a small way. So it's like some kind of small token has advanced it here, maybe on a couple of levels. Maybe, as I say, there's a small amount of money that I see here, that's being kind of gifted or coming in, but it still feels like, again, Eight of Wands is, there's some kind of good news that's arriving here around a situation something that you've accomplished, something that, is moving in your favor for sure. So again, there is a little bit of recognition that's also coming in here. For those that are involved in a romantic situation, I feel like this could be a new love interest or something, but it could also be a new, passionate project for others. So again, take it as it resonates. It's not going to speak to all of you in the same way. This is the energy, it's not predictions. So it is just what you're working with and making it, moving it in a way that is going to advance you for this month so that things can move you forward. But this is, like I said, there's kind of a regroup energy here where you're just pulling yourself away from and then it's like you rapidly recover over here, and your energy and things just start coming in really fast. So again, this is empowerment in a quick way because you're transforming something, and I feel like it's on a very personal, spiritual sort of level. You still have some kind of final test, that energy that you're kind of working through here with that Nine of Wands, but again, it's a little bit further out for some of you. And again, the energy is just really quite positive around that tower. Even when I pulled out here, the cards around the tower were ask for help from others. And then we also had remain positive. And then we also have success. So further out, there is success. You just have to kind of keep going. It's perfect timing. You've aligned something that is going to create abundance for you. So whatever abundance means for you. And again, with that 10 of Cups, I mean, it's definitely energy that speaks to abundance. It does speak to emotional abundance. Like I said, I mean, the energy around the Strength card is about you kind of realizing, that you have a higher purpose and you have the strength to get there. This is also taming any fear-based thoughts, all of that. And it certainly speaks to having a sense of self. There's a sense of self-esteem and that kind of thing that's coming through here. Like the ego is a big part of this read in this month. So I feel like it's, kind of humble energy, quiet, more internal energy that you're working through, especially when I see the Hermit come out near that tower. But I feel like it's self-healing, and it's you being able to endure the problems and think outside the box to create solutions for yourself. There's a real level of resistance here, and success in and pulling away, but fiercely standing independently, in the things that have bare meaning for you. You're still in that energy, you're still in that space. But I would still say that there is some level of, closer relationships here, or some kind of close connection here with the Three of Pentacles that is going to help you to draw out more information, more of your own skill sets. So maybe you are veering out a little bit to get some of that information to help you to advance something, but it still feels like that's where you're at here. Again, Six of Pentacles still feels like a connection to people here as well. It's definitely speaking to some kind of material issue, some kind of gain, small token, I would say, though. Somebody's gifting you something, or you're gifting another, but it still feels like it's something is coming back to you for things that you've done, although I don't feel like it's what what you would have. I don't feel like you have the support that you either you previously did not have the support that you wanted, and you may still be in that energy, but there is still some small token that's coming through here. That's all. Okay, so I just wanted to, yeah, I think that was probably most of the energy there that I see. There was another kind of thing I thought I would just add to the read today. I just thought it was kind of a unique book that I'm reading anyway, and it's actually by, I thought it kind of went in line with what we've got here, but it's called The Daily Stoic, and it is by Ryan Holiday, and it actually talks about, there's two things I'm going to read from it, and I thought this was good advice. So, that sacred part of you, hold sacred your capacity for understanding, for in it is all that our ruling principle won't allow anything to enter that is either inconsistent with nature or with the constitution of a logical creature. It's what demands due diligence, care for others, and obedience to God. So whether you believe in God or otherwise, it's just from Marcus Aurelius Meditations. So anyway, basically what it states is the fact that you can think, the fact that you can read, the fact that you're able to reason out a situation, all of that gives you the ability to improve your circumstances and become better. It's important to appreciate this ability because it's a genuine ability and not everyone is as lucky. So seriously, what you take for granted, others wouldn't even think to dream of. Take a little time today to remember that you're blessed with the capacity to use logic and reason to navigate situations and circumstances, and this gives you unthinkable power to alter your circumstances and the circumstances of others. And remember that with power comes responsibility. And the last thing is the beauty of choice. You are not your body, your hairstyle, but your capacity for choosing well. If your choices are beautiful, so too will you be. And that was by Epictetus. Sorry if I mispronounce. Discourses. It's that line in the movie Fight Club. You are not your job. You are not how much money you have in the bank. You are not the car you drive. You're not the contents of your wallet. Obviously, our friend Epictetus never saw that movie or read the book, but apparently the consumerism of the 1990s existed in ancient Rome too. It's easy to confuse the image that we present to the world for who we actually are, and especially when media messaging deliberately blurs that distinction. You might look beautiful today, but if that was the result of vain obsession in the mirror this morning, the Stoics would ask, are you actually beautiful? A body built from hard work is admirable. A body built to impress gym rats is not. That's what the Stoics urge us to consider. Not how things appear, but what effort, activity, and choices they are a result of. Anyway, that's what I have for you, and hopefully that keeps you moving forward. And stay focused, Libra. You are almost at the end zone.